Hello, I'm going to show you how to use visual sources in your research papers. This will be the standard more and more now that we are using a lot of multimedia. It's important to use visual sources because they add strength to your arguments. So, one example is using a table. Although it's not very visually appealing, you might want to consider taking the data and making a more visually appealing layout. For example, PowerPoint has shapes and text boxes and so on where you can make your own more visually appealing table. You can look in your handbook to find out how to lay in tables. So MLA and APA have standards for that. In this case here it says Figure 1, the author's names, where it came from, and all of the rest of the works cited information. And it will look similar to a works cited entry. Here we have a pie chart, but it doesn't include the percentages, so it could be stronger and you may need to work on it yourself. Here's a bar graph. It has a little bit better visual presentation. For historical analysis, it doesn't show trend over time, so make sure you're looking at that or putting it in context. Here we have line graphics, and this is a very good example. It shows the trends, it has a little explanation, and this box would be an inset into your paper. And you'll have to play around with it a little bit to learn how to do the formatting. In Word, you'll have a formatting box, and it will help you with a lot of that kind of stuff to help you lay it in a paper, or you can make it in PowerPoint and then cut it out as a screenshot and make it into a JPEG and embed it into your paper that way. Make sure the graphic is timely. Don't use something from 2003 if you're trying to prove a current trend. Consider making your own graph from the data that might be the most visually appealing. Make sure to introduce it, cite it, and integrate the graph into your paper. And you can see a handbook for that. You have to understand the graph enough to be able to explain it specifically in your paper. And visuals aren't filler, they need to be an essential element to your paper. You must directly refer to and explain it in the text of your paper. For example, you could introduce it with, in the following graph, statistical data demonstrates, just like you would integrate a direct quote. Also keep in mind that photographs and videos are more of an emotional appeal. Those could be okay in a presentation where you're advocating for a certain position and using a little bit more emotional appeal, but in your paper itself it's better to use actual facts and objective data than photographs and video. Hope this helps.